everybody, this is Dave Reynolds and welcome to a new edition of Amazing Guitars Friday, episode 14 already. It's crazy how time is flying. And today I just wanted to talk really quickly about a field trip that I took last week. I went to Boston and had a blast. Did lots of great things, but as far as music goes, I wanted to make sure that I went to a music store every time I travel somewhere. I want to find new places, new people, instruments I haven't seen before, and there's certainly more stores and people to visit in Boston each time I go there. But this time I went to, I was staying out in Belmont, and that's sort of Waltham, which is out past Harvard and Cambridge. So the store that was local to me was called the Music Emporium in Lexington, Massachusetts. Great store, great people, great vibe. I got this really cool coffee mug from there. And what was cool about that store quickly was, as soon as I walked in, I saw a parlor guitar. Not this guitar, I didn't buy a guitar when I was there. It was a Martin, and you can look it up on their website. I've got pictures of the coffin case and the coffin shipping box that was made for that, that's what caught my eye. When I walked in, I was near the cash register, and I looked it over to my right, and I see right there this beautiful display of a shipping coffin case for the coffin case, the guitar case. And let me put this down and just show you mine. It prompted me to come home and take a look at mine. This guitar here that I was just holding is a Bay State parlor guitar from the 1890s, and I'll feature that one week, give you a little more information on it. But it sounds great, it plays great. This has a little bit of water damage, unfortunately, from one of our moves, but this case is still in great shape. You can see inside here, you've got this red felt, and from what I see online, I think this is all original. And it prompted me to take a look at who built this case, or see if I could find any more information. And I see this really cool stamp here. It says original, and then in the middle is GSB, improved, trademark. So GSB stands for George S. Bond, who was making these cases in the late 1800s, early 1900s in New Hampshire. And he was shipping them out to Boston, New York, and all over the world. So he was the man for coffin cases. So if you're out there and you're looking at some vintage music stores or running into some of this stuff, take a look at the case and see who made it, see what information you can find out about it. So I was happy to, the goal is to learn something new every day, and I went to that store and saw that guitar. It's online, you can take a look at it. The guitar that went with that case was a 1890s Martin, had nylon strings on it, and I'm not sure about the tuners, if they were machine or friction. But anyway, it was really beautiful, and I played a Collingswood guitar there too while I was there. Had a really nice boomy, kind of a bluegrass sound. I was pleased with that. And geez, you could spend days in there. It's one of those stores where you could, you pick up one guitar and you can play it for 3 or 4 hours. So there's no way you could get through them all. The other thing that I learned about, Joe was really kind enough to spend some time with me and reviewing some of these instruments that I was not familiar with. So there's a builder from England. His name is Probett, and he's got a Rocket III guitar out. He's an innovative guitar maker, and the 3 stands for the 3 different sounds that you can get: Les Paul, Stratocaster, and Telecaster. So those are 3 of your historically significant electric guitar sounds. I mean, those are important, and they give you a really wide spectrum. And one of the keys on the guitar is it's not a digital modeling; it's all analog. But he's got a 6-position switch, pickup selector switch. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then I think you just move it over, and then you can go another 3. So you have 6 different combinations of pickups. And I didn't have a chance to play the guitar. I wasn't there long enough, but maybe if I go back at some point I can videotape that. But I didn't want to be super disruptive either. They were, doing business. They're busy in there. So anyway, that was cool. The coffin case, did the research to find that George S. Bond made those cases. He was a prominent in that industry. And then we had the Probett Rocket III guitar. And then I went to the I went to the Museum of Fine Arts, and I went there a few years ago when I was doing my doctoral research, and I bought this catalog. I'm posting pictures on Instagram and Facebook from that visit of some of those instruments. I'll give you some of the information on those. It's also online. They have some of their instruments on their website and the information that goes with them. But this is a really cool book that I bought. So if you're at a museum and you have an opportunity to get a book like this, they're pretty extraordinary. You know, the high quality of the photography is unbelievable, and you get some really fantastic in-depth information on them. It's also available for the most part, I think, online. So especially in today's age, you know, it might be something that you just refer to online, but I like these books. And I was in England doing research at one point and got this from the Victoria and Albert Museum, and it's just full of incredible photographs, pictures, and information on the history of these instruments. So that's that, and the other thing I was able to do was to see a really good friend and colleague from Berklee College of Music, and we met at the Pavement Coffee Shop on Boylston. So if you haven't been to that intersection of Mass Ave and Boylston, where the old school, original Berklee building is, you got to go there. There's so much energy, especially if you go during the school year. And they have a summer session that's starting up again soon. I happen to be there right in between the spring semester ending and the summer session hadn't started yet. But the energy just to walk those streets and to see all the students with guitars and horns and every instrument you can imagine, because they also have the conservatory now under them. So they're covering classical music and just the range of music that Berklee covers now, from gospel to bluegrass to jazz to fusion to anything you can imagine. The energy at that intersection is fantastic. So that was my field trip. Got to go see the Music Emporium in Lexington, Massachusetts, and learn about the Coffin Case, George S. Bond being the builder, learned about the Probett Rocket III, and then got to soak in that fantastic energy at Berklee at that coffee shop. So anyway, I will keep you posted on my travels, and have an excellent week, and surf it mellow, my brothers and sisters.